So next step in the whole journey of your research, where do you code? And when you will be looking in detail at this scheme, you will see there are 2 points in the process where you need codes, and there are different layers of codes. Different layers, as in top deck chocolate, you see 2 layers and they go together. The top layer would be during the theoretical phase of orientation, and what the coding that you do there is deductive coding. We are not going to deal with that now. It will be part of the 3rd module in the series of modules. But what we will look at is the type of codes and the type of coding that you do once you have collated your data. So in line with our introduction today, you will be looking at your assembled information, and there you will do inductive coding, and the bottom line level of coding is called open coding. Open coding means you look at the overwhelming array of information that you have with a very open mind, not to exclude certain things because you don't like them, or they don't fit in your pattern of reasoning of what you would like to get out of your results. So you approach your information, your data bank, so to speak, open-minded, and you say, I am going to look for segments of meaning, even if they seem to contradict what I personally thought or prefer to find. In this very open, inclusive level of coding, you mark basically everything as a code. It is easier to include now and to eliminate later, but it is very hard when you are at a later stage to go back and find pieces of information that you have missed. So that's the very important layer of open coding, where you usually are inundated with large numbers of codes. Now let us take the example of you have done an interview, a group interview, focus group interview, and you have the transcript of what everybody said. You have it neatly organized with the name or the code for the person who spoke at a certain time, and you go through what everybody has been saying. You're going to look for open codes. Now you can find 2 things. You can find, for instance, as I demonstrated, that several people seem to be talking about the weather. Okay, then weather will become one of your basic open codes that you will make a note of. Code number 1, I find it so often, most people seem to find it important. Weather is an important code. But as you read through what people have been saying, you also have an opportunity to do in vivo coding. And in vivo coding means that you actually quote exactly what a person has said, verbatim, word by word, how the person said it, and that fragment, that whole sentence or that whole paragraph, you're going to highlight that, and that is a in vivo code. Later on, you may give text labels to all your in vivo codes, but it is very important material, especially in qualitative research, that if you find somebody has expressed something, said something, that you intuitively know this is important information for my research, that you be able to capture that, code it, and also make sure you can afterwards go back to where in all your interview schedules you found the statement. An example, say I do this interview with the students and the non-students in Mission Vale. I may find out that one of the participants in the interview may say to me, but why do you want me to think about my future and my career? In Mission Vale, we have no future. Well, I was there when that person said it to me, but now I'm sitting and I am going through my open coding and I think, you know, when that person said that, everybody in the group went quiet. And I saw some of them like nodding. It's as if that person said something that was extremely important to interpret that environment. So I'm going to make sure I highlight word by word what this person said, and I have an in vivo quote. I am sure you can master this, but it's going to be difficult, and I'm going to email you a recorded transcript of an interview so that you will be able to practice for yourself and get a feel for how this open coding works. It's easier to work on a small piece of fictionary research than to start doing this on your own research, and then we will take it from there, how you experience how it worked, and we can clarify how to do this further on. So thank you for this first introduction into coding. There is a lot more to know, but we must build up this approach to coding step by step. So we begin at the foundation of what is most important. Most important layer is how to do open coding. Obviously in Atlas TI with Dr. Pittaway, you will learn how to do this with the help of a computerized program. But many students have mistakenly thought that the program will do the thinking for them. Well, that is not how it works in research. So while we go through this introduction, where you have to follow actually how you would do this manually without your computer. How does it work if you have no computer? You have to understand the process so that you can apply the computer instrument, because the computer will not do the thinking for you. You are the one who makes the observations with your data, and who has to make the decisions as to what segments in your data have meaning or potentially have meaning. Thank you.